Hello, my lovely childs of the internet. It is I, Multi126789, other known as Multi-Man, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Today we're back with another Rune Factory 3 Tips and Tricks. As of this recording, I have now finished Rune Factory 3. What a splendid game it is. Now that you're finished it, you're probably wondering to yourself, well, what's next? Considering that if you have beaten the game, which, again, without spoilers, I'm not going to say anything, but if you've beaten the game, you're probably wondering, well, Multi, how did you beat the game so fast, considering you have to make a lot of money to be able to get the resources so you can be able to get strong enough to beat the game? Especially since I'm playing on Hell mode. Let me say that again. Because I'm playing on Hell mode. That means that I probably took a lot of effort and time to be able to beat the game. But you know, Rune Factory is a very funny series where you can, if you know what you're doing, you can basically beat it in 1 year. But today I'm showing you basically all of the stats for all of the most expensive dishes or the most worthwhile dishes to sell to gain profit. To be honest, I didn't know what I needed money for after a certain point because by the end of the game I almost hit $2 million sold in gold from my farm. And even still, as I'm showing you on screen, because I'm only going to be talking about like a few of the most relevant parts of that entire, this entire video, that being the ones that, if you're playing the game still, or if you're making use of the other fields that are in the other territories that you can go and visit in the game, you can easily be able to make a lot of money and be able to just keep up. So first of all, if you were in the spring, please listen up. For anybody who's in the spring month, the best two items that you can create are either the pink melon and the turnips. The pink melons, on their own, start at a base value of $4,200 per one you grow. These take about 5 to 6 days to grow, which isn't bad, and the amount that you get back is 1 for 1. So if you buy a seed, you're gonna spend about upwards to close to like $500, I think, per seed, if not 1,000. But you get like 3 or 4 times that in return. So, me personally, focus on making these seeds as powerful and high a level as possible. These seeds will give you enough money to be able to do whatever you want in Rune Factory 3 without ever having to feel like you're out of money. Every time I died in Hell mode after a certain point, it didn't matter, because even if they were taking $10,000 off of me, I still had $500,000 still remaining. It was that intense. As you can see with my overall amount of stuff shipped, I'm well into the millions of dollars at this point, and probably could have ended up with more, but I've been hoarded money because, you can make some really sick stuff. Also, if you're a part of the early spring, turnips are very good because you can make the turnip mix, or the pickled turnips, which is a base value of, $480, but it gets more and more money when you level up the crop, and you can grow those pretty quickly in spring. So if you just want to grind those up until you reach the max level of the seed, which is level 10, you can be making a lot of money and basically being fine for the rest of the game without even having to worry about how much you're actually planting and farming, because you'll be able to have so much money just harvested from that, you'll be good. But other than that, we also have things like I mentioned before with the other video, which I guess before we skip to that one, also boiled pumpkin, really good. If you're in summer, plant a bunch of pumpkins and then just watch them grow. When you get them, you can then sell them at a higher rate for, $800, a little bit less. But as you increase the level of the seeds, as you plant the pumpkins, they become more worth. So, plant like 3 or 4 stalks of pumpkin the first time so you have enough money so you can keep doing this trick and looping it for the entire thing of summer, or use the summer fields that are out in the summer dungeon over in the desert. You're perfectly good to go. And you'll get after doing a few weeks of doing that, you should probably be good to just set off and do whatever you would like in the game as well. And again, one thing that I mentioned before that is very crucial to making money in Rune Factory 3. Cooking certain resources will give you more money. And fish is one of the biggest exceptions to this rule, that whether you sell it or you get a very rare big fish, they're gonna give you a lot of money. Like, most big fish usually give you already like close to 10,000. Most of them are like anywhere between 3,000 to 7,000 just by having the fish. But cooking them also makes them grow exponentially in how much, you know, they're actually going to give you from your bang for your buck. So please, by all means, go for fishing and shadow fishing. If you go for the big shadows, you are guaranteed to make at least up all of the time that you basically would have spent doing a lot of farming work, but just by catching a good big fish or two. And lastly, there are some different types of meals that you probably have been seeing on screen that literally have combinations that will allow you to make very good dishes and meals that will allow you to exponentially grow how much money you have, to the point where money is now no longer even an obstacle in Rune Factory 3. Because to be honest, I think the only reason why I finished Rune Factory 3 before I even headed into the winter month was legitimately just because I was so on top of looking at ways to find money through cooking, through making sure that I fished every so often, and then turning all of that into sellable dishes made it easier to beat the game with a high enough amount of money, so when you start the post game, you're starting off strong. But yeah, my lovely child of the internet, that's going to be everything for this tips and tricks videos. Again, look at any of the things that I have on screen that is just being shown. Any of these are good ways to be able to continue making revenue. If you guys know of any faster ways, please let us know down in the comments. But until then, I have been Multi126789, other known as Multi-Man. Thank you, lovely chows, for watching, and I'll catch you, lovely chows, next time. So ciao, ciao. Until then.